The demo showcases the use of Next.js for creating a mock server that interacts with the OpenAI SDK. While the full project implements BullMQ, this simplified example illustrates how the mock server intercepts API calls when the OpenAI base URL is set. The motivation for this project is to enable local testing without incurring costs associated with the OpenAI API. Mocks are employed to facilitate development and testing of the application before deploying it to production. Key takeaways include the capability of the OpenAI SDK to reroute to the mock server without code changes, limitations of certain mocking tools, and usage advice about how to set up mock environments without exposing real API keys. Installation involves running specific commands to set up the environment and creating a local configuration file for development. Testing does not require a real API key due to the functionality of the mock server. To use the setup, developers should start the developer server and initiate end-to-end tests using predefined commands. It is important to stop any running instances before running tests to avoid conflicts. Technologies used in this project include Next.js, TypeScript, Node.js, PNPM, Playwright, and the OpenAI API, all of which play a vital role in the development and testing of the application. Key concepts highlight the fundamental strategies behind mocking APIs in the project to ensure seamless testing without real API exposure. Network-level mocking is implemented through the OpenAI base URL environment variable, allowing the SDK to redirect requests to a local mock server automatically, thus requiring no changes to the application code. For multi-process E2E testing, the separation of the web app and background workers necessitates a mocking strategy that operates across both, ruling out in-process solutions. Fixture-based mocking is utilized to serve static responses, ensuring consistent test outcomes while simplifying complexity and supporting various response types without dynamic generation. A mock safety guard is implemented to verify if the mock API key is in use, helping to prevent accidental usage of the real OpenAI API during tests. The design section discusses the rationale behind the choice of the mocking strategy used in the project architecture. Questions raised in this section pertain to the challenges of mocking the OpenAI API effectively in E2E tests across multiple processes and ensuring that tests do not inadvertently cost money. Constraints outlined include the requirement that OpenAI API calls be made through SDKs, guarantees against real API interactions, and the necessity of supporting both JSON and binary endpoint responses. 3 design options are compared to evaluate their applicability across different scenarios, including support for Next.js, BullMQ, and handling of JSON and binary endpoints. The chosen design emphasizes the use of a fixture-based mock server paired with the OpenAI base URL, providing a robust solution for both JSON and binary responses across multiple processes. A mermaid diagram illustrates the sequence of interactions among the mock server, OpenAI SDK, application, and test runner during the testing process. The code structure section summarizes the essential files that integrate various components of this project. A custom mock server is outlined, detailing its configuration to handle specific API requests and return predetermined responses from local fixture files. The server listens on port 4010 and is set up to respond to requests for chat completions and audio endpoints using predefined fixtures to simulate the OpenAI API. The Playwright configuration file points to the mock server and specifies environment variables essential for rerouting API calls during tests. This section describes end-to-end tests that validate the functionality of the mock API key and verify that the mock server behaves as expected when simulating responses. The demo showcases the execution of development and testing commands, highlighting the visual interface to confirm successful server operations. References are provided to further learning resources, including a video tutorial on Playwright tests.